the Kiwi, Tasmanian Devil, Quokka, Little Penguin, and the spectacled flying fox. You can find all these animals in around 200 pieces in a new Planet Zoo Oceania pack. Curious to see more? Then stay tuned to find out. Hey everyone, my name is DeLady and in this video I'll give you an overview of all the new animals and all the new pieces in the Oceania DLC launching on September 19. You can also find another video on the channel providing an overview of everything new in free update 1.15 that is dropping alongside this pack. So if you're interested in an overview of the free update, I highly recommend you to check out that video. Feel free to use the timestamps in the description of this video to jump to the specific topic that interests you the most. So let's start with an overview of all the new pieces you are getting in the Oceania pack. You will find some very beautiful animal signs fitting obviously all the animals of the pack, alongside with some great recolorable statues. And talking about recolorable, pretty much everything is recolorable, unless I will tell you it's not recolorable, so just to avoid any confusion there. So here's some canoe boat pieces and a sail separately, but you will also find a finished canoe in one piece, so you don't have to put together the canoe yourself if you want to use it. And here we have some beautiful decorative surfboard pieces with some nice textures onto them, and next to that you will also find some buoys. There are some decorative panels as well, for example to decorate your walls, floors, or fences with. And these insanely beautiful driftwood items like a door and window piece, amazing fences with rope, some flooring planks including rope, and also a big variety of driftwood pillars and 2 roof toppers to decorate your buildings and roofs with, for example. And they also added these super nice rope coils in different sizes, including a rope knot for that extra little touch of realism. And we also got a nice variety of skirt leaves and skirt thatch to decorate your driftwood beams, fences, and walls, for example. And some incredible rock wall blocks, which are unfortunately only in 1x1 and 1x2 meter. I really wish they added more smaller pieces of this rock wall block, because then I know for a fact that I will be using them in so many of my builds. With this size, I'm just not entirely sure, but we will wait and see about that. And here we have a drum barrel and flower lays. Thank you to everyone, by the way, for pointing out how these lays are actually called, because I really had no idea about their English names, so thank you guys so much for that. Some crazy good netting pieces, including hanging versions, which I absolutely love. The only downside is that they didn't add a smaller netting piece like the mesh fencing we have in the game. Like the smallest netting piece in this case is 1x1, and I really would love to see a 0.5 meter by 0.5 meter being added as well. Especially when making habitats with them, they can be so useful to fill in the tiny little corners. But yeah, definitely a really big fan of these netting pieces. They are super useful in many ways, and especially for like creating aviaries. Really cannot wait to start creating aviaries with these pieces. We have some super nice tiki hat statues, big and small, and other decorational items in the same style, a tiki torch, and something called a tribal ore in 4 different shapes and sizes. And then there's a huge variety of non-grid thatch roof pieces, from big to small, with round and square corners, straight and curved roof pieces, all with this beautiful bamboo beam structure on the inside. And with obviously such a big variation of roof pieces, you will also need a nice variation of wall pieces that in this case is a super nice woven bark texture, which looks absolutely amazing when you recolor it. And it comes with grid and non-grid pieces, some 2x2 and 1x2 sized panels, and a very nice variation of 2 meter wide pieces with a door opening and window opening, of which I really do hope we will some of these pieces as well for other wall sets we already have in the game. That would be just super amazing. And we obviously also get some really beautiful nature pieces like the silver fern in 3 different sizes. Here we have the Nikau palm in 3 different sizes and variants. And this is the beautiful cabbage tree that also comes in 3 different sizes. Everything just looks so good. The coastal pig face in 3 different sizes, and 1 beautiful small variant with pink flowers we saw a lot as well in the trailer. Some volcano and lava rock pieces, which unfortunately are not recolorable. And then here we have the huge king fern in 3 different variants, which looks super amazing as well. Definitely do like how these guys are looking. They're so big and chunky. Absolutely love it. And last but not least, we have a new bench and bin, also of course in the Oceania pack style, with a lot of this beautiful driftwood with rope around it. Really, I'm a huge fan of the style of these pieces, and the picnic bench just looks so amazing as well. With the canopy, like this one, you can tell this one doesn't fit on a 4-meter wide path, so it needs to be slightly bigger because it's a longer and bigger table. So yeah, huge fan of this new picnic bench. So yeah, definitely a very nice variation of pieces and nature items in the Oceania pack. Curious to hear your thoughts about all these pieces as well, so do let me know in the comments down below. Now jumping to the animals of the Oceania pack, starting with the adorable star of the pack, the North Island brown kiwi. This adorable small bird comes with a brown, dark brown and light brown color variation, as well as the leucistic color morph with only white soft feathers and a leucistic color morph with peabodism, so with brown and white soft feathers. And to be completely honest, I can't even choose what kiwi color I like the most. They all look so adorable and their animations are just so good and so funny, and the sounds that they make is just so cute. I really fell in love with the kiwi after seeing them in this pack. Definitely really big fan of them, including their little chicks, which are so tiny and fluffy. Now let's quickly go over the Zoopedia. The North Island brown kiwi is vulnerable. Their natural habitat is in Oceania, New Zealand. They like the temperate biome. One adult needs 180 square meters and they don't need any climbing, water or deep water requirements. And two need 200 square meters. They need a temperature of -4 to 35 degrees Celsius, fencing above 1 meter high. Species data, you can have 1 to 2 adults in one habitat. The relation with humans is confident. Guests can enter the habitat. They become around 30 years old. They become mature at 2 years old. They have a number of offspring of 1 to 2, and their reproduction in captivity is difficult. Research status, there are no new enrichment items for these animals, so these are all the items that they are able to use. And here are some fun facts about the kiwi, and they do not have an interspecies bonus with any animal. Another bird being added in the Oceania pack is the little penguin, also known as little blue penguin or fairy penguin. I'm not entirely sure if I found all of them, but there are quite a few color variants for the little penguin. There's a little penguin with a cyan back and white belly feathers, a blue and dark blue back with white belly feathers, and then there is a leucistic little penguin with only white feathers, and there is also a little penguin with peabodism, so with a blue and white back and white belly feathers. And they all just look so adorable and so beautiful if you ask me. The little penguin is the world's smallest penguin species, and it looks so cute when wiggling around on the beaches and making their funny noises. But their fluffy chicks do look pretty big and chunky though, especially compared to their parents, so I do really hope Frontier can make some changes and tweaks here to make it look a little bit more realistic. Obviously, the adults are able to deep dive in the waters, but the little chicks are definitely too young still to be deep diving. So now let's quickly go over the Zoopedia. The little penguin is of least concern. Their natural habitat is in Australia and in New Zealand. They like the aquatic, temperate, and grassland biome. One adult needs 180 square meters, 60 square meters of water requirements, and 35 square meters of deep water requirements. And this is for 2 adults, 3 adults, 4 adults. You can tell it's not going up super fast, so it's quite easy to build a habitat for these guys. They need a temperature of -4 to 38 degrees Celsius and a fencing from above 1 meter. The group size is 6 up to 500 little penguins. Their relationship with humans is neutral. Guests can enter their habitat. They can become around 20 years old. They become mature at 3 years old, and they can have a number of offspring of 1 to 2. and their reproduction in captivity is easy. Research status, again, there are no new enrichment items, so these are all the things that you can unlock and use for the little penguin, and here are some fun facts. And they do not have an interspecies bonus with any other animal. And then right over here we have the spectacled flying fox, a new bat species you can add in your walkthrough exhibits of your zoo. Now in all honesty, they don't really feel super different from the Egyptian fruit bat, unfortunately, at least in my opinion as far as I can tell. So I can't really say I'm too excited about these animals. Like, they obviously look very good, the sounds are awesome, and how they fly around in the exhibit looks simply amazing. But yeah, other than that, not the most interesting new animal of the pack for me personally. Curious to hear your thoughts about it, of course. So now let's quickly go over the Zoopedia. The spectacled flying fox is endangered. You can find them in the Oceania continent. They have a temperature requirement of 21 to 32 degrees Celsius. It's a walkthrough exhibit animal. You can have 5 to 35 in one exhibit. They can become 16.5 years old, become mature at 3 years old. They have a number of offspring of 1. Their reproduction in captivity is average. Research status, nothing really new compared to the Egyptian fruit bat, so these are all the things you can upgrade your walkthrough exhibit with, and here are some fun facts about the spectacled flying fox. And of course, I do not have an interspecies bonus. And here we have the happiest animal in the world, the adorable Quokka. Now this was definitely an animal I always wanted to see in Planet Zoo, but for some reason I just never thought they would add it in the game. But yeah, super excited to see the Quokka in the Oceania pack. I tried to see if there were more color variants of the Quokka, but other than a light brown fur, a brown fur, and a gray brown fur, I wasn't able to find any leucistic color variations or something. So it doesn't mean there are no leucistic color variations or other color morphs in the game, I just simply wasn't able to find them. Now the Quokka comes with some super cute grooming and cuddling animations which really just melt your heart. And since the Quokka has a pouch, they also have this really adorable birth animation of the Joey coming out of their pouch, just like you see with the kangaroos in the game. It really is such a pleasure seeing these guys in the pack, and they're definitely on the way to become one of my most favorite animals of Planet Zoo in general. Like, I'm really excited about these guys. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts about the Quokka. Absolutely would love to know. So now let's quickly go over the Zoopedia. The Quokka is vulnerable. They are from Oceania, Australia, and they like the grassland biome. One adult needs 200 square meters of land, 2 need 235, 3 270, and so on. Their temperature requirement is 10 to 38 degrees. They need a fence above 1.25 meters high, and you also need to make sure that you have a natural boundary of water, for example, which is bigger than 3 meter wide and deeper than 1 meter. Species data, you can have 1 to 24 adults in one habitat. They are confident with their relationship with humans. Guests can enter their habitat. They can become 10 years old. They become mature at 1 year old. They have a number of offspring of 1, and their reproduction in captivity is easy. Research status, these are all the enrichment items that you can use for the Quokka, and we have some fun facts. And they have an interspecies bonus with the emu. And last but not least, an animal I didn't know I wanted until I got it, the Tasmanian Devil. These guys are absolutely fantastic. Now honestly, when I heard they were part of the pack and saw some pictures online, they didn't really excite me at first, but oh boy, do I love the Tasmanian Devil and how Frontier added this animal in the game. First off, as far as I can tell, I was not able to find any other color variants of the Tasmanian Devil. Doesn't mean they're not in the game, but it simply wasn't able to find any others. So as far as I can tell, so far they only have a black fur with white markings color variant. They come with some really funny and cute animations, from sniffing in the air to washing themselves, grooming each other, sleeping flat on the floor, to a super adorable birth animation. Now honestly, at first I didn't realize that the Tasmanian Devil actually has a pouch as well, so I became super excited for what I thought was a real good birth animation. So I obviously was right away hoping to see these animations for all other animals, apart from the birds being added in the game. But okay, Frontier probably will get away with the fact that the Tasmanian Devil has a pouch, and all animals with a pouch in the game have these super cute getting offspring animations. But seriously, after seeing this, I really secretly hope Frontier is working on some kind of super adorable animation to give to other animals in the game as well when they give birth to their babies. Like, instead of the babies just appearing next to them, that will be just super amazing. Who agrees with me? Let me know in the comments as well. But yeah, seriously, the Tasmanian Devil is absolutely fantastic. And thanks to these animations, I became a huge fan of these guys in the Oceania pack. So now let's quickly go over the Zoopedia. Tasmanian Devil is endangered. Their natural habitat is in Oceania, Tasmania, and they require a temperate biome. One adult needs 200 square meters of land, two need 290, three 380, and so on. They need a temperature requirement of -4 to 31 degrees, and their fencing needs to be above 3 meters. Species data, you can have 1 to 5 adults in one habitat. They are confident in relation to humans. Guests cannot enter their habitat. They become 6.5 years old. They become mature at 3 years old. Number of offspring is 1 to 4. And the reproduction in captivity is difficult. These are all the enrichment items that you can use for these animals. And here are some fun facts about the Tasmanian Devil. And they do not have an interspecies bonus with any other animal in the game. So yeah, these were all animals and pieces of the Oceania pack. Let me know your thoughts about the pack in the comments down below, and let me know if you are interested in getting the pack or not after seeing this video. If you are interested in everything from free update 1.15 or a tutorial about how to use new viewing domes, I highly recommend you to watch those videos as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you there.